Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Chabot, and members of the House Committee on Small Business. Thank you for inviting me.
Would a gentleman yield for just a second? We pronounce it Shabbat, but I don't.
Okay.
You can pronounce it Chabot, which is the French pronunciation, which is fine, but we pronounce it Shabbat just to clear it up. So.
My apologies, sir.
No problem. That's
Shabbat.
all right. Mr. Finley. Okay.
Thank you for inviting me here to appear before you today as a follow-up discussion to the meetings we had in New Orleans. Katrina was a catastrophe of unprecedented proportions. This is a matter of importance for all of us, and I welcome the opportunity to participate in this hearing. Today I will focus in three areas: post-Katrina local business, small business performance. I also plan to discuss the steps taken to improve the Department of Defense emergency acquisition policy, so we're ready for the next major event, and also the improvements in DoD's overall small business policy in particular. Since our last meeting in post-Katrina local small business performance, we have 5 contracts that we've identified, other than what was awarded by the Army Corps of Engineers, that we would share with you, and we've submitted in a letter to the chairwoman. They are summarized, simply as about a $1 million contract to a small business company local in Louisiana called Fussell Company Contractors. They do runway repairs. Second company called Can Contracting Incorporated, a civil engineering job of about $700,000 to construct a munitions storage facility. A third company called Vector Aviation contracted for about $560,000 for liquid propellants for jet engines. A fourth contract for about $300,000, also with Can Contracting for construction repairs on runways, and a fifth company also with fifth contract also with Can Contracting for sprinkler systems valued at about $150,000. We've also worked significantly from a local business point of view with our PTAC organization, our Procurement Technical Assistance Centers, and we have a tremendous opportunity in New Orleans because our boots on the ground in New Orleans have been there over 20 years. We have about 9 PTAC people in the state of Louisiana, 3 or 4 of which are absolutely focused on New Orleans itself. And I've had the opportunity to meet them in our previous hearing, and I've also had the opportunity to directly talk with them again in preparation for this hearing. I'm very pleased to report that there is progress. I would say that the New Orleans area in general remains under a fairly significant way to go, for restoration of where we used to be and where we want to be. But nonetheless, in our previous hearing, and what we shared with you was that we had about 300 local New Orleans companies in our database with PTAC. Pre-Katrina. Post-Katrina, we had 200. We lost about 100 companies we could not account for. And after the 412 hearing, we took action on these areas. We also talked to the companies you identified at the hearing. We followed up with about half of those companies that we thought we could do with for DoD business. None of those companies, unfortunately, through PTAC, could we arrange, to find ways to put those into DoD contracts. But having said that, the mix today, and getting back to our 300 pre-Katrina levels, is at about 290 companies, small business, New Orleans-based, New Orleans doing business in New Orleans, if you will. And the mix has changed in what they do. They've changed their portfolios a bit, but nonetheless they are, I would say, vibrant, and they're looking for more business in New Orleans. And based on what I've heard with the Army Corps of Engineers in preparation for this, I'm very optimistic that we will continue to grow small business for DoD, in that region. In addition to the small business focus, we are improving our DoD emergency acquisition policies. Last time we identified several initiatives. This time we have about 7 initiatives. My formal hearing testimony identifies each of those initiatives, and we'll be pleased to talk and address each of those during the hearing. In addition to that, improving the overall DoD small business policies, we've got about 6 practices that we are focused on improving. These include some of the things that the previous witnesses have testified about, including bundling and what we're doing with acquisition strategies to virtually eliminate bundling, if you can, as a practice in DoD. In summary, we at the Department of Defense are very committed to the health and welfare of our people and our nation. We have a strong small business program with strong performing organizations such as the United States Army Corps of Engineers, as well as other support organizations as the PTACs, Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. We are planning to continue to build on those strengths to provide more agility and flexibility for the acquisition of our products and services to protect our country and provide emergency help in time of need for natural disasters here and on the home front and abroad. I thank the committee for their time today, for their leadership, and addressing the small business participation in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Thank you.